Hi everyone, Marine here. I am back with this trio of butterfly themed cards, extra bold and super colorful and super quick to make, so it's easy to make a bunch of them in one sitting. So to make those cards, and in addition to the gorgeous butterfly background stencil set, we need the scripty Thinking of You die and the outline add-on, the largest butterfly die from the layered butterflies die set, the largest outside-in stitched rectangle stackable die, and the largest stitched rectangle stackable die. I started off by cutting a large outside-in stitched rectangle stackable panel out of Strathmore Bristol smooth cardstock. Definitely my favorite cardstock when it comes to ink blending. I am going to place the panel on my sticky mat and mask the stitched edges off with washi tape. And before using the butterfly background stencils, I want to create a subtle cloudy sky using the cloudy stencil. And for this first background, I am applying scattered straw oxide ink all over my panel. And I am not going too heavy on my hand. I want the clouds to be seen, but I don't want them to steal the butterfly's thunder. Now let's bring those amazing butterfly background stencils. I am going to place the stencil one on top of my panel and use two oxidings. Fossilized amber oxiding first all over the panel. Next I am going to add a bit of ripe persimmon oxiding in the center of each butterfly, and then I will use my fossilized amber blending tool to mix the colors. So now I can remove the stencil and the butterflies look very beautiful already, but they will get even more gorgeous once I have applied black soot oxide ink with the second stencil. The black ink is going to turn them all into majestic butterflies. Next, a little bit of texture. First, I am mixing a couple of liquid stardust droplets with water. And I am going to add sparkling splatters all over my panel using a slim brush. And then I am going to do the same with Copic Opaque white ink to bring contrast and brightness to my panel. Now let's remove the washi tape and take a closer look at this background. This stencil set, it's really amazing. Those butterflies are so beautiful, and this background doesn't need many decorative pieces to be finished. So as I was speaking, I moved on to the second background. I am starting with a soft cloudy sky using Salvage Patina Oxide ink. Next I will use that same ink again and Peacock Feathers Oxide ink along with the stencil one to make the base of our butterflies. And just like the first background, I am going to use black soot oxide ink with the stencil too, to make my butterflies extra gorgeous. Now let's move on to our third and final background. For this one, I am going to use Kitsch Flamingo oxide ink to make the cloudy sky. Next, with the stencil one, I will apply picked raspberry oxide ink first, and add a little bit of wilted violet oxide ink in the center of each butterfly. And once again, I will apply black soot oxide ink with the stencil too to finish my butterflies. Now, I knew from the beginning that I wanted the butterfly backgrounds to be a big part of the show. I didn't want to cover them with a lot of things, so I went for a simple design, a large butterfly on the upper half and a greeting on the lower half, but in the same color palettes as my backgrounds. So I used the layered butterflies die set to cut 3 butterfly panels out of Strathmore Bristol smooth cardstock, and I am going to use the exact same color combinations and same texture as the ones I used and applied on my backgrounds to color each of those butterflies. Now let's assemble our 3 butterflies. For each of them, I have 3 body pieces that I cut out of storm cloud cardstock. I am going to stick those 3 pieces on top of each other and then attach that body to the intricate butterfly. I cut it out of black licorice cardstock. Next, I am going to glue this black butterfly to the orange one using liquid glue, and then to the vellum one using liquid glue again. Just for more interest, I added white splatters to the vellum butterfly, and then I will assemble the turquoise butterfly and the purple butterfly the same way. Next, I created 3 identical greetings using the scripty Thinking of You die and the outline add-on. I cut the outline out of vellum and the words 3 times out of black licorice cardstock. I layered each word on top of each other using liquid glue, and next I am going to stick each of those 3 words on the outline piece. Now it is time to get to the final steps of the process. I cut a 5.5 by 4.25 inches panel out of black licorice cardstock, and I am going to stick my butterfly background panel to it using double-sided sticky tape and liquid glue. I added slim pieces of 2mm foam squares at the back of my Thinking of You greeting, and I am going to attach it in the lower section of my panel, and then attach the butterfly right above it using 2mm foam squares again. And of course, I am going to do the same for the 2 other cards. I attached each panel to a matching card base, and then thought that my cards needed some extra shine, so I applied glossy accents to each greeting and glued a black half pearl to each butterfly to make them even more pretty and dimensional. And that's it, we are done with our butterfly-themed trio of cards. We have bright colors, contrast, dimension, and we have shine and sparkles. My first idea was to make the orange butterfly card only, but I am glad that I did the other 2 as well. I love how they all turned out, and I hope that they have inspired you to replicate them or maybe recreate them with another color palette. I bet that these butterflies would look fantastic in rainbow colors, deeper blue shades or even red shades. So many possibilities here. Thank you so much for stopping by and for watching this video. Have an amazing day and I will see you next time. Bye!